And the point, what I'm trying to make is teams expect to probably come out of the Emirates with nothing. So it's a free hit for them. So if they can come out with a point, that's as good as a win for a lot of these teams now. So Palace will go there with
winning. Their form's quite good.
They'll go there with a lot of confidence. They've got some good players, and as Kenny said, they've got pace in abundance. And what Palace do very, very well is when they break with pace. They don't. So we can't get caught. And this is where Zubimendi on Sunday is going to be vital, because they will break with pace, and he's got to be in a position where he's kind of breaking up play a little bit, and he's kind of. He doesn't lose possession. I think they've got that Sarr player. He's quick.
Annoying player to play against.
Not worried at all. We almost done you at the Emirates. Yes, he is. It's going to be a tough game. You got to respect him. You got to respect every single team.
He's in the Whartons of this world.
And do you know what, though? It's not just Palace. I mean,
Palace and Bournemouth, I've maintained they're the teams I don't really want to play at this moment in time.
No. And Sunderland away, that's going to be tough.
Annoying.
Sunderland away. Sunderland's home form is very, very good, and they're relying on that to keep in the Premiership. And at the moment they're doing really, really well. So listen, if you're going to win the Premiership and you're a serious outfit winning the Premiership, you don't get arrogant. You go into the game, you do your job. The players have got to be on it. I just want us to start the first half a little bit on the front foot against Palace. Because if the opportunities come, let's go 2-0 up in the first half. Let's get the goals early. Because with Palace, and I'm with Kenny on this, is they get more dangerous the more the game is as the game goes on. They growing. They kind of like a growing confidence team. So if that's 0-0 at half time, they'll fancy they might be able to nick something. So,
and I'm always worried in games like this, because if we win, there's no headlines. If they beat Arsenal, there's going to be headlines. So they've got
that's how it should be. That's a good
100%. But that's why I'm saying don't sleep on these guys. Like I know boys saying we're worried. It's not that people are worried. It's just we're saying give respect to Palace. Their manager's good. Their players are good. We all sit here and say every game's a cup final. That's it. We have confidence that we can win.
DJB's got a good point, because you think about it. Fulham gave us a really, really hard game where they pressed us. They did the mid and low block. Setting off, we had to come out and raise our game. I don't particularly hope. I hope we don't have to be doing that against Crystal Palace, because look at it, we had to do it against Atletico Madrid, where we had to sort of like play a bit of chess, keep our concentration levels, and go again in the second half. I don't think we could always. Rest on our second half performance. But I think Crystal Palace, they'll test every sinew, of our being. They'll test our fullbacks. They'll test us.
Definitely.
They'll get in the faces of our midfield. But I always say with these sort of teams, can you sustain that for 90 minutes? Because I always say when you play against Arsenal, if you get us against the ropes, and you got to remember one thing: we ain't got glass jaws, so it's got to be a cumulative blows, cumulative bowls. It's got to be body shots. It's got to body shots and headshots, and make sure that you hurt us, because if you have all that possession and you have all that build up, and we don't concede in the setting off, we'll get you. That's the thing. That's to be the theme of us this season.
And they're playing today as well, so we got 24 hours.
Man City were comfortable-ish against us, but they went to sleep once, and we got that equaliser. We didn't manage to do that at Anfield, but every game since then, every team that has thought their job's been done against us have regretted it. Newcastle at their ground, we scored late, the equaliser, and got the winner in the injury time. They thought the game was won. They thought they were seeing it out, substituting their attacking players. Bad move against Arsenal. We're resilient.
That's
true.
Yeah, it'd be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it. I think it'd be quite a good game, actually. I've been impressed with Crystal Palace. So
I want it to be boring, and with Arsenal winning, I can't lie.
It'd be
so nice. The best goal, obviously, Martinelli's goal was the pick of the goal.
Yeah, he hit it early as well, which Oblak couldn't adjust his feet. He hit it early. I thought he was going to take a touch, but he hit it early, and it was great.
Martinelli with no time to think, cash money.
Yeah, that was Martinelli of old. That was Martinelli of old. The thing is, though, it'd be interesting if teams do suss out our set pieces. I mean, if they stop the scoring from corners and stuff like that, that will be interesting. How long the game goes then, because that would be really, really interesting. So yeah, we've got to be on it. We've got to be on it. We will be tested. Palace will have their moments on Sunday. Definitely, they will definitely have their moments. But as Kenny said, if they don't take their chances, then with this Arsenal team at the moment, if we get ahead, it can be game over. Definitely, 100%.
Is it written in the stars?
Can you imagine planning it? Do you remember that time? I don't know if obviously DJB will remember it, and I think you will, DG, as well. Do you remember when we used to play against Mourinho's Chelsea? How demoralising it was.
Oh, all the time.
And it's even after Mourinho left, when you used to play Chelsea, we used to have so much possession.
Yeah.
And they used to have a mid block and a low block. And we never created any chances. We made openings, but they were half chances. And then that bloody arsehole Drogba used to go down the field, bang, bang, score, game over. Do you remember that? We like that. Like that now.
How many games did Chelsea win where they were absolutely backs against the wall and they'd score like 2 goals late on or nick a goal late on and everyone would go, how did Chelsea win?
That's basically the majority of the error against them.
That team won trophies, though. We like them. We don't win nothing. So we got to be like them and win things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, exactly. That is how we're getting. We're getting a sort of mixture of sort of Marino's Chelsea and sort of, George Graham's back four, and it's all sort of getting mixed in, sort of in the mix a little bit, So it's
we needed some silverware, man.
It's a difficult one, but you listen. As long as we get over the line, that's what we got to do. Must get over that line.
And that's the underlying factor. It's just get over the line. Like when it's all said and done, I do think these players deserve history. Like I was saying on a stream earlier today, it's a bit cruel to some of these players in that we just need to win stuff. Like we're a good team. We got a good manager. We need to be great now. And the only way to be great is to win trophies. Like Rob Holding, it sounds mad to say, but Rob Holding's probably held in higher regards than Gabriel or Saliba at this moment, purely because if you say Rob Holding, everyone could be like, ironically, you mentioned Chelsea or the FA Cup game. I want these players to be in that. And that's where we're at. I mean, I know we've got all the statistics that Arsenal fans come out with, and we've been good, and we've had some good nights out. Yesterday was one of them, but it's silverware settings now, and we know it's October. We know we're gonna stumble, but if we don't get over the line, there are some fair questions people want to ask.
All I can say is to bring it back down to earth. Is we had a similar night against Real Madrid last season in the Champions League, and look what we ended up with. We also had a similar night when we beat PSG earlier on in the group stage when we beat them 2-0. And look what we ended up with. We've had nights like this. This is what I'm saying. But when it's come to the crucial, when it's come to the nuts and bolts of the season,
but that's why expectations are high, because let's face it, expectations always been high since Arsenal first challenge the league in 22-23. We've accepted nothing other than winning something, and it hasn't materialised. But this time, the excuse menu for access isn't there now. We haven't got Edu. You can't say, Edu did this. No, Edu's gone now. We've got Berta with the best, who's probably got one of the best contacts in football, who's basically got the ear of the chairman and the owner, where he's thinking, right, nothing the best would do. We've finally got a squad where we can compete, all angles. So that's why, the expectations are really, really, really high, and that's why the pressure's on. But again, one thing we need to learn to do is, as I said earlier, pace yourselves. Every game's a cup final. You've got to treat it like that. If you want to win trophies, every game's a cup final. But the thing is, just because you're rotating players doesn't mean you're not taking them seriously. It's just that you've got players who are good enough to get in any team in the Premiership. Only the manager prefers someone else. That's got to be the attitude of every player. Every squad member is going to be needed, and that includes Max Dowman.
Exactly. But this Jade, he says, all this getting over the line, do we think the squad can? I think the squad can. It's whether the manager can, because the manager hasn't done it yet. I think the players are good enough. I've never doubted the team. I think the team is good enough to win silverware. I thought the team last year was good enough to win silverware. At least the Carabao Cup that team should have won last year. That's before the Eze and Gyökeres come on the scene. You got to remember, he spent over £700 million before this season. So it's not whether you think the squad's good enough. The squad is good enough. But whilst this manager chokes in big matches, that's the stumbling block. It's never been the squad for me. It's whether this manager can.
No, I agree with you. You know it is as well. That is always going to be a situation. And I think majority of I was speaking to Arsenal fans at half time. One Arsenal fan is a massive Arteta fan. But his words to me, I won't mention his name, but his words to me was, got to get over the line. Get to go over the line. I'm a massive Arteta fan. But if he can't win it with this squad, then I'm going to have to say that. And that's been I think what's happened, we're battle scarred by everything we've done. There's a few people who will say we're going to win everything. We're going to, like Ty, Igal, those kind of guys. But a majority of us.
What I'm saying is, it's still like, how can I say? It's like having the thing is right. The way Kenny
kills me, man.
He's box office, isn't he, Kenny? Bless him. Do you know what? Right, but it's like having that. It's like having that old car, isn't it? It still goes, and it still does a job. But can it go that extra mile, or do you need to change it?
Do you take it on
where
the
we are at the moment. So it's not the squad. I believe that these players are good enough to go and win a trophy, go and win the Premiership, perhaps go all the way in the Champions League. But the question marks is the manager. Can the manager do the right thing this time? Is he learning from his mistakes? Is he going to get it right in big moments? Or are we going to have another PSG situation? Are we going to have another Newcastle two-legged situation, Carabao Cup? Are we going to have another situation where we were 8 points clear and we ended up, dropping points in certain games and it cost us the league? Are we going to have a situation where we had to go to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and beat Newcastle away to finish in the top four, and he fouled? All the evidence that it is still there, guys, and until he actually wins something, you're still going to have the question marks. So, it's just the facts of life. That is life.
I can't disagree. For me, I believe in the manager. I believe in the players. I don't think we're the biggest and baddest and we've got a divine right. And while I can't predict the future, I think we've got all the tools, the tactical know-how and the areas of improvements to get over the line. And if we don't do that, then I think every Arsenal fan is like, if we don't do it now, we're not going to do it. And I think there's fair questions to ask about the manager. Like, I ain't got a crystal ball. Like, I think City are still there to fight for the league, for example. I think Liverpool, they've got issues, but they're still up there. It's not that I think we're better or worse than them. It's like we're in a three-way fight. I believe in us, but we've got to get over the line, innit? Like, that's it now. We've got the tools. We're a difficult team. We're a bloody good team on our day. In fact, not even our day. We've shown so much levels of consistency.
City are putting a run together. City are putting a run
together. Get over the line now. That's where I'm at.
City are putting a run together, and people are saying, but
Haaland's dragging them as well.
Yeah, but people are saying, but if you take Haaland out of the team, then City will be like bang average. Well, you can say that about a lot of teams.
You can say that about anyone.
You take Rice out of the team, you take Timber out of the team, you know what I mean?
That's ideal scenario syndrome. Like, that's dead.
Because at the end of the day, DG, right? If you was to, God forbid, if anything happened to Timber or if anything happened to Rice or anything like that, and you're playing Ben White at right back, no disrespects to Ben White, and you've got someone like Marino in midfield, and then he's playing Havertz up front, we're like from last season. We're no different.
Yeah.
And he didn't win nothing with that team. So,
but you know what it is, right? It's that thinking about City. Obviously, you take City seriously because of their pedigree. You know, if you take away from last season, they won before last season. They won 4 in a row. The fact is that since they lost to Brighton, a game they should have won. They've only had 2 draws, one in the Champions League and one against us, and they won all the other games. So both our records, because you remember it was the same day, the 31st of August. They lost to Brighton, we lost to Liverpool. In the league, both of us have had similar records. So you can never go to sleep on Man City. Another thing as well is that they're getting their players back. They're getting Kovacevic. You know, the Rodri injury is not really long. Managerial's coming back. Gyökeres back is coming back as well. So it's one of those things where if he gets them to gel and they're still on our coattails, it's going to be different. I think the game that Arsenal fans need to look out for is their game with Liverpool. I think is it the end, just before the international break?
Yeah.
That's
midweek, isn't it? The Liverpool game?
No, it's a Sunday game. I think it's the Sunday before. So I don't know if it's the 9th of November. I need something to check. It's one of those games. It's definitely November where you want them to cancel each other out, wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
So, and so in a way, you don't want Liverpool to win. You don't want City to win, but we got to make sure that in the same day that they're playing, we got Sunderland as well. That's a tricky game, but our experience in terms of and our ability to defend should stand some good stead. But as I said before, this league is got to be a situation where if City and Liverpool drop more points, foot in the throat. That's what we need to do.
That's why I want us to go on a run, because we will drop points. It's about doing nothing.
Yeah.
You don't have to all. You can't. You're not going to play well in every game. No way.
Exactly.
You're not going to play free-flowing football. But one thing you need to do is you have to have the mentality to face the challenge ahead. Liverpool didn't play well all season, but what happened is Liverpool, because they were winning games and because they had a significant lead, mentally they were able to deal with any difficulties. Like the Merseyside derby at Gyökeres Park. You know, they went 1 goal down, they went 2-1 up, came back. Aston Villa away, Liverpool, great game, but Liverpool always made sure they weren't going to lose the game. And that's what we did.
Shaky refereeing decisions, we've made it happen this year as well.
Forget referee decisions are part of football. You know.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's what makes me believe a bit more, because normally I do think some Arsenal fans, as much as I do think on one hand some fans cry about nonsense and do this.
Yeah, but who are the people crying? You always got to remember one thing. The people crying are the people, and I say it respectfully, that the people crying the most are content creators, because simple reasons.
Give up.
No, not you.
Yeah.
Some content
people that ain't played football at any level.
All right, check the Fulham game. All right, the Fulham game. I was at the Fulham game, right, and there we go. Arsenal fans a bit in the away ends. When Saka got the ball, we went, oh bloody hell, he's tackled him. Good tackle. And we thought, right. And then when
where was you not sat?
When Taylor put in the spot, we all looking at each other and said, what happened?
So what was you lot over here and the pen happened here?
But no, where we were,
seen them given,
we were behind the goal. No, let me think. We're behind the goal. What happened there? And then when we saw Taylor talking to Leno, he was saying to Leno, wait, I'm going to look over there. He went over there. As soon all of us were saying, yeah, it's not going to be a penalty. It's not a penalty. As soon as it wasn't given a penalty, we just went, big deal. We're 1-0 up. We didn't care.
That's my point, Kenny, because there's been seasons where we've played well, and obviously there's been a decision.
But the reason why we didn't care is because we thought, from our vantage point, where we saw it in real time, it wasn't a penalty. It's not because we were 1-0 up. It's because
that's not even my point. My point, Kenny, is there's been times where we've played games. There's been a decision, and people kind of harp on about that and have what I call ideal scenario syndrome, where if the ref never done this would have happened and that. My point being, whether you play Sunday League or Premier League, I'm not saying the referees are perfect, but you have to expect that kind of stuff. This season, I've seen things, and we've just got it done. Like Newcastle, we've still found a way to win.
Creators,
that's what makes man believe a bit more in this.
Some contact creators, especially that rabble in famed villas in Finsbury Park, we won the game and they started talking about VAR. I hate VAR and they hate referee.
VAR is not the problem.
Game. And that's what
don't you think when decisions genuinely go against Arsenal or genuinely are bewildering, we win the game, shouldn't we still be vocal?
Are these guys doing it? Are these guys moaning because they genuinely feel what we've been cheated, or they're moaning so they can get a few likes and follows?
Probably the latter. But I'm talking for normal Arsenal fans.
I think what goes round comes round. I think what goes round comes round.
I'm with that.
I think
I'm with control what you can
similar
control.
Situations. I think during the course of the season there'll be similar situations like the one against Fulham where we'll get the pen. And that's just the way it is. There will be similar situations like that. For me, I don't think it's so much the decision; it's the law that needs to change. Because if you're touching the ball by literally a kind of, all right, I'm going to exaggerate here, a toenail, and you've touched that ball,
toenail,
but you've taken most of the player out, and that ball has not changed any direction. It's not changed the course of direction of where that ball's going. To me, that ain't a tackle. To me, that's not getting enough of the ball. You've taken more of the player. So I think the law's got to be looked at rather than the actual whether it was a penalty or not. In the laws of the game, it wasn't a penalty because he touched the ball first. But did he get enough
crashing down the back of Saka?
I'm not
going to lie, it was a free kick.
Did he get enough of the ball? Did he get enough of the ball? For me, the ball's got a complete. If the ball moves and he takes the ball and the ball's literally completely changed direction and he's got the whole of the ball, because that's what it used to be. As he got the whole of the ball, did he play the whole of the ball? Whereas now you only have to touch it. You only have to touch it.
And if DJB, you're not wrong, yeah, and I agree with you.
I don't agree with the law. I don't agree with the law.
That's what I'm saying. That's why, for me, if this is the law, there's better things that are penalties. Like, do you remember Chelsea away last season, the Saliba thing? Or was it Brighton? It was one of the two. Or maybe in the last 2 years, it's been that. For me, I'm cool with it because I think there's a lot of times where we can debate refereeing decisions, but at best, this is a 1 or 2 minute flashpoint in a 90-minute game, which are we controlling the controllables, which so far we have, which is what spurs me on a bit that we might be able to get over the line. But as both of you have said, and until we do it, no one's got a crystal ball.
I mean, listen. I don't understand why just because you ask the questions, I've not sort of, you don't sort of slag the manager off and he's this and he's that. You just ask the questions because the questions have been formed to be asked, because you're only stating facts, and the facts are we haven't won anything. The facts are that in big games we've fell short. I don't understand what the problem is when you're questioning it. Just because, okay, we beat Atleti yesterday. Brilliant. Fantastic. Scored 4 goals. Brilliant. Gyökeres scored 2 goals. Brilliant. I was there. Jumping up and down like everyone else. Fantastic. Coming out the ground, absolutely buzzing. Still was buzzing this morning. Always am. But there's
and in the group chat as well.
There's buzzing and being carried away. I mean, we're in October, for goodness sake. You don't win leagues and cups in October. So there's a long way to go yet, Let's just keep it cool. Keep it calm a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's there's a long way to go. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. I just believe that this squad this season looks better than what it has in previous seasons, and that's what gives me more hope this season. I'm more hopeful this season, but the question marks are still there, not on the players.
Well, I think the situation is that if there was a manager this season who got everything they wanted, players, support, then there's 2 managers who got everything they wanted in this league, and that's Slot and Mikel. If it's on Slot that you know, he isn't gelling with his fullbacks. He's on slot.
Found the right back worse defensively than Trent.
It's on slot that he's got this conundrum where he needs to put his get those nuts out and put them on the table and decide who his best front three is. It's on him because he's got a lot of support. And the same with Mikel. He's got so much support, you know, that, you know, he has surprised us because he has rotated. You know, I thought Eze would struggle to play number 10, but he is giving Eze a chance. Now to Eze. You know, Eze's got to come to the party because at the end of the day, you don't want a situation where Odegaard walks into that team without unchallenged and there's no challenge to his place. You're in a situation where Odegaard comes back and he shows the lack of form he showed when he got back, but he still gets in because he doesn't trust Eze. Don't get into that.
Hawkeye have us in that role.
Our players this season, a lot is going to be happening. There's going to be some big games we're going to be involved in. We may not win anything, but we've got to be there in the mix. That's one thing we can't deny to this panel and to the chat. We are going to be in the mix when it comes to trophies.
No, we have to get or not. I'm even starting to think about 2 trophies.
Yeah, but we're definitely going to be in a mix. But it's all about up here mentality, and it's all about the ability to deal with adversity when there's wear and tear. You've got to think about it.
When we take L's, like if we lose on Sunday, are we able to win the next Premier League game? Not let it be clustered, because there has been times where we kind of bunch our L's.
This stage of the season, because we're all bunched up together, because we've got a bit of a lead, you can afford to let a few teams get snookers. But when it gets to the championship rounds, you can't afford to get yourself at the snookers.
We need to do what City normally have done when they've won titles. Second half of the season is just woof.
Yeah, and the reason, and 9 out of 10 times, is that their team gels, their squad gels, and Haaland just can't stop scoring goals. Let's not forget last season, Haaland had a crap season, but guess how many goals he scored? 22.
You can't say it's crap, then.
But yeah, it is compared to the.
Nah, Kenny, that's not. I see what you mean, but that's not crap.
You know what I mean. Compared to, everyone thought Haaland was off it, but he still scored 22 goals this season. You and I know that if a player scored anything between 50 and 19 goals in a Premiership season, he's worth £100 million these days.
Can I just answer this? Is the squad looks to be the best in Europe this year? Well, have you seen Barcelona play? I don't know. Has anyone seen them play recently?
Yeah, no, but they're saying squad though. Like I think they're talking like.
I would say it's got one of the best teams collectively as a team. And as I said that before earlier in the stream, all the departments at the moment seem to be singing off the same hymn sheet. Defensively, we look solid. Zubimendi and Rice are building up a good relationship in midfield. You know, Gyökeres hopefully will start scoring goals. So as a team collectively, yes, we are probably one of the strongest in Europe. Individually, probably not. So it's getting the balance right. It's totally getting the balance right, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So, but listen, we will see how good our squad is, because there will be listen. There will be moments this season. There will be moments, whether you like it or not. There's going to be moments this season where this squad will be tested. And that's a fact. If you look at life, all singing, all dancing, all rosy, everything's fine. We're going to win the Carabao. We're going to win the FA Cup. We're going to win this. We're going to win that. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Then fine. Just lock yourself away if it doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, you have to look at the bigger picture. Yes, we have got a chance of winning trophies this season. We've got a very, very good team. The manager at the moment seems to be getting a lot of things right. All I'm saying is there is evidence in the past where in big games, he's got a lot of things wrong. So let's just keep the balance where it is, enjoy the moment, and may it continue. But as me and Kenny says, there's going to be times in the season where we are going to be under pressure. And that could be injuries. It might be where we don't quite win games. We draw a couple of games.
Yeah, if we go for a little bad patch, how quickly are we going to get out?
How do we react? How do we react? Where's the mentality coming into it? Because like it or not, when you have finished runners up 3 seasons running, and then you suddenly start to experience a few games towards the end of the season where things ain't going right, that's when the mentality comes in, because these players have been scarred. A lot of these players have been scarred the last 3 seasons. So a lot of mentality is going to play a big
but you
part.
Can't use the past to dictate present feelings. The
mentality is going to play a very, very big part when it comes to the nitty-gritty end of the season if things ain't going right. So
you know what? I'm actually confident in their mentality, you know. Like,
yeah,
I'm actually in the place.
Listen, I am,
because
they've obviously learnt a lot, and they really, really want it this season. You can see that the way they all play together, the way they celebrate when they score, the way they're behind each other as a team. As a team, they're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant as a whole team. The way they kind of
playing with a bit more maturity now as well.
It is good. It is good. So, but yeah, I can't. Ask January, February time, if we're still playing like this and we're top of the league and everything's still good, then I'm going to really, really start getting excited again. But I've been hurt. I've been hurt too many times. I've been hurt too many times under this manager. So I've got to keep level-headed, guys. I'm sorry. I have to.
So what are you saying for this, DJB? Because it's another question from JD. Sounds like if we win, well done, players. If we don't, it's Arteta's fault, DJB. If you could replace Arteta tomorrow for someone else, would you?
Not at this stage, no. Not at this stage of the season. That'd be madness, wouldn't it? October, top of the league. Come on, what sort of question's that? And I did say earlier on in the chat, Jay. You know, at the moment, Arteta's getting things right. He's improved. He's learning through certain mistakes that he made previously. He seems to be getting his substitutions right. You know what I mean? I'm not laying into the manager at this stage. I'm just saying that there is evidence in the past where he's got things wrong. And until he's tested again, we will only tell whether he's improved.
I think that's fair, to be honest. I think that's fair. That's literally it. And only time can tell with that, if I'm completely honest. Like, only time will tell. Kenny, what are you saying for this? And DJB. Question, do you think this manager will continue with the form Arsenal showed in the second half yesterday? I'm not sure what that means.
But look, it's every game's going to play. It's going to be a challenge. You know what I mean? It's just you find a way to win. You know, not all games are going to be the same. But if there's opportunities and teams leave a space, God help them. God help them. That's one thing we retained from last season is our ability to sort of put teams to the sword if they give us any space. Last season, you have to look at the Man City game. You have to look at Sporting Lisboa, PSV, you know, Lens at home in the Champions League. All those kind of teams, we were ruthless. And then we
smell blood. Yeah, we do this.
We continue to do that. Another thing as well, with the mid to low block, we still find it a bit hard. But what we do is that we move the ball quickly, and we do have options off the bench to see if we can do it. And of course, it's set pieces. Set pieces. You know, it's not football with panache, but if it's a strength, you've got to use your strengths to win a football match. At the end of the day,
exactly.
The aim of the game is to score more goals than the opposition. That's what you need.
The hardest thing to do is put the ball in the back of the net. So if you've got many different ways of doing that, why the fuck not?
Don't get me wrong. Every team uses set pieces. Liverpool use set pieces. You'll find Man City will use set pieces.
I'm sure even Crystal Palace are half decent. Atletico Madrid are decent from them.
But look at Crystal Palace's winner against Liverpool. Crystal Palace's winner against Liverpool was a long throwing. Chaos in the box. No one was marking Nketiah. He had time to get the ball on his left foot and sweep it in the net. 2-1, injury time, Crystal Palace win the game. All from a long throwing. Look at Brentford. Play Chelsea at the G-Tech Stadium. 96th minute, long throw from Coyote. Bit of chaos. Cavalier puts it in the back of the net.
And that's what football's becoming now. You have to look at the fine margins. Everyone's doing this system thing. There's not much space. It's all mid and low blocks. Set pieces, cash money, dead. But furthermore, dead ball scenarios. Full stop. So yeah,
that's the thing. It's football now. Football's a funny old game.
It's like it's recycled, really, because based on what you lot have said, about George Graham and certain other examples, this isn't anything new. Like in my 30 years, there was a point. I don't know when, maybe 3, 4. No, that's an exaggeration. Maybe like whenever Conte was there, like 3 at the back was kind of making its way. Look, that's nothing new. That's been there. So it's
actually not new. It's actually not new. People think
it's not new. Recycle. Everything just goes on.
Pressing football. Well, pressing football. Liverpool used to play pressing football when they were at the top under Bob Paisley and under Kenny Dalglish. That's why Liverpool won their games, because of the work rate.
Teams under Kenny Dalglish.
See, so it's just cycles, really.
Yeah.
And it'll all come round again.
Remember they said Klopp played the Gegenpress. Hang on here.
Yeah,
Gegenpress has been around for long. 4-3-3. Well, 1966. How many wingers played in the 1966 World Cup?
Exactly.
4-3-3. None of it ever goes away.
No,
it never goes away. It's just that when something's successful, everyone wants to copy him. Remember Pep? I call him the footballing Philistine.
People saying we're ruining football because of set pieces and throw-ins and that.
Yeah, but everyone wanted to play like Pep because it was successful. You know what I mean?
Big up, Jay.
Big up, Jade.
Big up,
why
Jade.
Why would you not do that then? Naturally, you want to learn from someone,
of course, there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it, but there's always going to be a coach that's going to penetrate it. You know what I mean?
Facts,
and that's the thing. You can go. When you talk about low block and mid block, you go back to the 60s. The Internazionale team under Helena Herrera in the 60s, Italy copied that formation. 1970 World Cup. What did Brazil do to Italy's mid block and low block? Just moved the ball really quickly and ran.
Yeah, just get them out of place.
And made and used their fullbacks, beat them 4-1 in the final.
History lesson. So when do you not think 4-4-2 is coming back? Because I don't think
it will come back.
I don't think it can.
It will come back because